Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders at GMS that rule well. Peace and blessings to the Akim that's out there fighting, doing his work with truth and sincerity. It's your brother Bon Sapah back at you again with another lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect men out there that are listening and watching these videos. It's a quick lesson. The inspiration comes from watching Apostle Elder Around Loud video. Hope brothers don't watch that video and the spirit hit them in a way where, this word is very precious unto those whom the Lord found gracious enough to understand this word, man. Because we didn't find this on our own, right? So now that we know and see what's going on through the spirit and prophecy, that this word is very important that we hold on and endure to the end, because the Lord's going to do another Passover. He's going to destroy this place. And those that know the story back in Egypt, I'm going to read down to verse 12. I'm going to get a few other precepts, to go along with this lesson, because Jake's attention span is shorter than the so-called black woman's hair up under the wig. But nonetheless, this word is very important and detrimental to our salvation, man. And to take this thing serious, and don't think yourself to be high-minded because you're in a position. Don't think yourself to be high-minded because you know hella scriptures than any other brother. That don't even matter at the end of the day. The end of the day is the race is not given to the swift, and better is the end of a thing than the beginning. So I'm going to get into Exodus, and I'm talking to myself as well. First and foremost, Exodus 12:1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, because the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans were captives in the land of Egypt. And it's in the scriptures and it's throughout history. This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. You see, I was not based, the Hebrew Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, our high holy days nowadays counted as different than these calendars and stuff. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel. This he telling Moses and Aaron, speaking to the nation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. Or you can use a goat, because the goat is lawful. And if the household be too little for the lamb, lay him and his neighbor next unto his house, take it according to the number of the souls, every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb. Verse 5, your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. You have your own land, your own flock, and you will be looking and going to get this lamb or goat, being prepared for the Passover. And your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. Okay. And they shall take the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door post of the houses wherein they shall eat it. Right. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread with bitter herbs. They shall eat it. The bitter herb represents the bitterness and the slavery, and unleavened bread, like bread that doesn't rise, because we didn't have time to sit down and make it, to turn it into a lamb dinner. Like some people teach today that you sit down with your wine, you got candles, you got, you having a mini concert, so to speak, on the Passover. The Passover wasn't about that. That was a solemn assembly, man. Eat it not raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roasted with fire, his head with his legs and the purchiness thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. That which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. You see? And thus shall eat it with your loins girded, with your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It's the Lord's Passover. So we didn't have time to sit down and eat and talk and get drunk. Salaki, man. It's a lot of noise that neighbors making, man. It's starting to piss me off. You didn't have time to sit down and eat like you having a dinner like you do today, man. The Lord was going to pass over Egypt and kill everything in it. And if you didn't have this blood upon your doorpost, your ass going to get, you was going to die. Period, point blank, man. You know, it's the Lord's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. Slaki, man. Your neighbor's gonna make me go up here, man. And I'm trying to do the lesson in spirit to let you know it's Satan. Because the Most High don't, you know, hey, man, we got to get the hell up out of this goddamn place, man. So, reading that, and in today's time, when you come into this thing, and if this resonates with your spirit, I mean, no, Lord wouldn't, the Lord is dealing with you, man. You know, so let's go to 1 John chapter 5 and 1. 1 John 5 and 1. Whosoever believeth that Yahushua is the anointed, the Mashiach is born of the Most High, Yahweh, and everyone that loveth him that begetteth loveth him also that is begotten of him. You see? By this we know that we love the children of the Most High, when we love the Most High and keep his commandments. For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Going back to Exodus, that was a commandment to do if you don't want to be put to death during the Lord's Passover. That was a commandment, man. That's dealing with the Israelites, you see. So the Most High commandments are not grievous, man. For verse 4, for whatsoever is born of the Most High overcometh the world, and this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith. You see? Born of the Lord, we're going to overcome. When you be renewed in your spirit and come back to your true nationality and born of Yahweh by Shema Mashai, you're going to overcome the world, man. Because it's going to be an exemption, just like the Passover. If you have the blood upon you, you was going to be exempt from judgment. You see? And what's the end of our faith? The end of our faith is the salvation, man. So we have to build up our faith and our belief in this thing. Because his blood represents the exemption from what's coming, man. And you can see it if you're spiritual. Who is he that overcometh the world, but he that believeth that Yahushua is the Son of the Most High. This is he that came by water and blood, even Yahushua Mashiach, not by water only, but by blood, water and blood. And it is the Spirit that beareth witness, because the Spirit is truth. And that blood represents the exemption from the coming judgment that's coming upon this place, man. And rightfully so. This place is being prepared, man. Man, I hate this thing, man. It's like it. They won't let me get all the way down. Now, all the way down to, okay, let's try this. Try Revelations, Satan, boy. Revelation 7. And after these things, I saw four. Salakia. And Revelation 7 and 1. And after these, I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor on any tree. You see? He said, nor on any tree, because that represents destruction. So this place has a set time of destruction that's coming for it, man. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having a seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. You see? Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. Talking about the 144,000 1/3. Having that same blood on your doorpost back in the time of Egypt. And you having this wisdom, this knowledge and understanding in your mind now. And you keep it and you live it and you walk by it, man. So this is why you see the prophecies today out of the Bible happening the way it's happening, because we're living in these times, man. And rightfully so. Look at all this whack stuff out here we got to be upon, man. These heathens, man. coronavirus, and all the same plagues and the viruses that happened back then is going to happen today. That's why it's very important for you to have this blood, this mark upon your forehead. That mark from exemption in the book of I'm jumping the gun. That's later on in Ezekiel 9:4. Just like in the Passover in chapter 12, Exodus 12, man. If you didn't strike your doorpost with that blood, you wasn't going to be exempt from judgment. How much more so now? So it's no time to be playing games on selling replicas of bulletproof vests or debating the scriptures. Or why would you want to debate the scriptures? And my other lesson, Lord willing, will be that this word was precious. This is a very valuable asset to have, and you want to debate something like this? I mean, you niggas are not spiritual, man. I'm not the one to save you, man. The Lord got his men already marked, and he gonna deliver those, man. You other niggas, you niggas who out here playing with this word, man. This is not to be played with, man. This is very serious, man. The Passover's coming up again, man. This is a very solemn assembly. This is not no goddamn game to be hosting a game and a lamb dinner, man. If you don't have this mark today, you're not going to be exempt from judgment, man. You're going to be put down, man. If you follow Yahweh Bashimabashah to the best of your ability, okay, and you do what you're supposed to do, and he'll allow you to get this understanding, man, you better hold on to this thing. And I'm not perfect. I'm talking about me first and foremost, man. I'm not out here playing with this thing, man. I'm not perfect. I'm in the flesh. You go fall, go get back up. You got to keep pressing. At the end of the day, I don't think myself to be no goddamn body, but hopefully a lowly servant that's worthy to be delivered with his family, man. At the end of the day, man. Because this is a lonely path, and every man got to walk this path, man. Everybody got to figure it out. We're here to help one another, too. At the same time, you got to figure that you got to, goddamn it, put your best foot forward and keep it pushing, man. This is Psalms 32:1, a Psalm of David. Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiveth, whoso sin is covered. You see what I'm saying? Because the Lord, blood is what covering us now. And we have to be able to endure to the end, man. Because the thing is, the world's not receiving Yahweh Bashimabashah, man. They're not. They're thinking it's a game, man. But what's going to happen when he starts to make his move, okay, on the world, but those who adhere to the scriptures and his commandment wasn't grievous to them, guess what? He's going to preserve them, man. This is 1 Corinthians, go to 11 to 32. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord. See, the things we go through now, we're being chastened of the Lord, man. Why? That we should not be condemned with the world. We stay in this path, we're not going to be condemned with the world. So the things we happen to go through now, that's what we need to go through now. But then when the world gets judged, would you rather go through things now or wait till the world gets judged and go through what the world's about to go through? You see what I'm saying? It's one or the other, man. I would take the lesser. I would rather have that blood over my doorpost, man. Any day. Any day, I would love to have that blood. The Lord would keep his spirit upon me to endure to the end, man. And the video already 32 minutes long, but Jake ain't gonna watch it. For those who receive this, beautiful, man. Because you got to have that mark right now so you won't be condemned with the world, man. You see what I'm saying? And this is in Ezekiel 9:4, right? And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, talking about the angels, through the midst of Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the people before it's a place. And set a mark upon the forehead of the men that, upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Judgment is coming, man. And if you don't have this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, I think in the Hebrew that the word is tawah. So we're being sealed with this mark in Ezekiel 9:4. Which the elect would have. You see, that's their Passover blood. The Passover blood was an exemption like the Lord blood is today for us to come back to him and for us to be prepared for what's coming. That blood is going to protect you, man. And like I said in the book of James 1:21, this word is able to, this engrafted word is able to save your soul. So when the judgment time has come, and if you believe and have faith, you got this mark upon you, then you will be exempt from the Lord's anger, from his judgment, man. that's coming upon this place. And right now, we are preparing a spiritual. Well, hold on. I'm going to go back to Exodus real quick. Let's see something. I stopped at 10, 11. At Exodus 12 and 13. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. Are we not living in the land of Egypt again? It says this land is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. You see? Now, when you go to Exodus, you read the first, chapter 12, we already know what we're getting into, man. That's the Passover, man. So now, the Lord got his servants out there. Okay? He's preparing. Check this out. This is Matthew 22, and start at 1. And Yahushua answered and spake unto them again by parables, and said, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son. And he sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. Meaning, you have this wisdom, this knowledge and understanding. We are here bidding you to come, but you don't want to adhere to it. You see? Again, he set forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner, my oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all the things are ready. Come unto the marriage. We're telling you, man, this is the time for you to come back. You see? Because when the disciples was on the scene, when Yahushua was on the scene, this wasn't ready yet. That dinner wasn't ready yet. Now that Yahushua became that sacrificial lamb, now the dinner is prepared, and he's giving out spiritual invite to an elect chosen few. And if you don't want to adhere to that, then you're not going to be exempt for what's coming, like having the blood over your doorpost during the Passover in the book of Exodus chapter 12, man. But they made light of it. So people will come into this thing or scoff at it that's not in this thing. They make light of it, man, and went their own ways. One to his farm, another to his merchandise. And the remnant took to his service and treated them spitefully and slew them. So you have men who came into this thing who walked away from it because they didn't take it serious. You got people that's looking at us and don't want to take it serious, man. But once this mark that's going to seal up the 144,000, man, and the 1/3, the elect of his people, man, that's it, man. As I just read in Revelation 7, 1, 2, 3, the angels are holding back the winds, man, the winds of destruction. See, you people look at this thing like it's just some kind of a story, like a novel or something. These things actually happen, man, and it's going to happen again. Why you think, beginning with the apostles and the elders, the men out there that's doing this work with truth and sincerity are very adamant about pushing this work? Because we see the vision. He gave us the insight. He gave us the spiritual eyesight to see these things, man. But unto you is folly. You see what I'm saying? But we're telling you, if you don't have this mark in Ezekiel 9 and 4, like in the book of Revelation, in the book of Exodus chapter 12, having the blood upon your doorpost, but now it's a spiritual mark. Not going to physically put blood over your doorpost. It's going to be mental. It's a spiritual thing. It's a mental thing. You see? That's where you're going to be sealed at with this mark, which the elect will be sealed, go have, man. And that's the Passover blood, which what? Is going to exempt you from what? The coming danger that's coming upon this place, and rightfully so, man. And this word is able to save your soul, man, from the coming destruction, because this place was set, has a set time for destruction. That's why you see prophecy happening the way it's happening, man. And the Lord blood is covering those men now who's taking this word serious, man. And that the things we go through or going through now is what? Cleaning us up now, so when the world will be condemned, we're not going to be a part of that. Lord willing, we'll do it to the end, man. Hey, I don't want to make this long. Pastor Ronald did a beautiful video, man. I just suggest you brothers to watch it. It inspired me to do this. Hey, Lord willing, hope it was edifying. Till the next time, Shalom.